You are not what you are not what you accomplish. Sorry. You are not what you accomplish. Today, I'll briefly touch on self-worth. Now, in today's world, it is a common concept that self-worth is based on things that you achieve or own or can buy. For example, you can work a long time to get a good job, to earn enough money to buy a house, and this can inflate your self-worth. I own a house, I'm much better than some homeless person who's living on the street, I own a house, I'm worth more than them. Now this is accepted currently in the world we live in, but it's something that should be very much challenged because it enforces an ideology that our self-worth should come from something outside of what is the self. And I think that we need to define the fact that our pure self, our awareness and our consciousness, the thing that should be worth feeling the self-worth, should be separate from the ego. And I'll define the ego as anything. So if you look at any person with a discriminating eye, for example, if you look at me, say my voice, for example, the sound of my voice, that's a part of my ego, because that's something, it's unique to me, but it's something that could be discriminated for or against. But yeah, my voice doesn't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with who I am as a person. It just influences the ego. So for example, if someone had a particularly high voice and they're a man, it could be seen as a negative thing. So this could impact on their self-worth, making them feel bad in society, when it really shouldn't, because this is the problem with the way things are now. We're taught to believe that what we're worth is something external. Well, we don't actually believe it's external, but it's external from us. Owning a house is external from you. You may have achieved that, but that has nothing to do with your self-worth, because you are worth nothing more than what you are in this exact moment. You are not the accomplishment of owning a house. You are not your job. You are not some paycheck you get every week or year or month. Everything you have that cannot be summoned right here in the moment is not you. That is your ego. The current state of things in mostly the West, in the kind of capitalist society, would have you believe that it's things external to you that can make you feel good, make you feel happy, increase your self-worth. Because then they can exploit you. If you believe that you can buy happiness, then you're going to fucking try and buy happiness. You're going to get all the money you can to try and build yourself up. But this can be taken away from you in a second. And if something can be taken away from you in a mere second, it doesn't matter how long, really. If it can be taken away from you a year, gradually, whatever. If it can be taken away from you like that, then it is not your self-worth. Self-worth is an internal thing. It is you. It is not your goddamn clothing. So many people base their self-worth, even I do, I can't deny it. If I'm wearing something particularly good and I'm going out for a night in the town, I'll feel better than if I'm wearing something that looks bad. And it's because we're all taught this. We need to understand that this is not necessary. This is not built into us. This is something that was put on us so that we will be forced to consume. And it's sad, really, because the people forcing us to consume, they're stuck in it too. They don't need to be that way. It's like, there's I can't remember exactly the experiment, but there was a bunch of monkeys in a cage, and they put a banana on a string at the top of the cage, and they pretty much taught the monkeys, for no particular reason, to beat each other up when they went to grab the banana. And then I would slowly introduce more monkeys and take the old monkeys out, so eventually there'd be a bunch of monkeys in there that would be beating each other up when they went to grab this banana, and they would have no idea why they were doing it. But they'd just been taught for so long that that was the way things were. They're like, well, you're going for the banana. Of course I've got to beat you up. Why? There's no reason behind it. There's no reason I should feel good because I have these fancy clothes. There's no reason I should feel good because I earned 7 figures when you only earned 6 figures last year. Like, it's external to ourselves. It can be taken away like that. And if our self-worth can be taken away like that in a mere moment, then it is not self-worth. It is external to us. You are not your accomplishments. If I ran a race 1 year ago, came first, that would give me an ego boost. 1 year later, I lose. I'm shattered. That was outside of myself. Something I earned is even not me. Because what you earn is a combination of the whole world. Talked about in the last video. You are essentially everything. Everything is God. You are God. Everything around you is God. It's all inseparable. To say that I won this thing, me, I did it, is not. You didn't do it. Everything came together. Yeah, you were the center for one moment, but to get inflated over that is something we need to learn, is something against ourselves. You are not your accomplishments. And to realize this and learn this is a step towards true self-worth.